Okay, so when you're multiplying fractions, you want to make sure you get your fractions into a format a over b times c over d. You can't multiply any other way right now than getting it into this format. This is very important. So we've been doing a lot of work with a over b times c over d. We've multiplied fractions that look, something like this, 2/3 times 7, or 2/3 of 7. And what we did is we kind of got rid of that 7 and made it 7 over 1, because n over 1, any number over 1 is equal to n. So that was how we got that to look like a over b times c over d. And in this case, we just multiply across. So 2 times 7 is 14 over 3, because 3 times 1 is 3. And then you can obviously convert back to a mixed. 3 goes into 14, 3, 6, 9, 12, 4 whole times, and 2/3 left over. So when we don't have a over b times c over d right away, you have to get it into a over b times c over d. So today we worked on multiplying mixed number times a fraction. For example, 1 1/3 times 2/5. This is a over b, or sorry, c over d. This is not. That's a mixed number. We have to somehow figure out how to get that into a over b, a number over a number. And a lot of us did really well today by saying, well, we can change that into an improper fraction by multiplying and adding. Multiply denominator times whole number, add it to the numerator. So 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. Put it over the denominator, 4/3 times 2/5. And don't forget, when you get it here, you can look diagonal, see if you can reduce it anyway. Doesn't look like we can, so I'm not going to. And then you just multiply across. I am in a over b times c over d. Number over number times number over number. So 4 times 2 is 8. 3 times 5 is 15. There's your answer, or your product, the answer to a multiplication problem. Let me erase this and do another one. Once again, your goal is to always get it into a over b times c over d. Number over number times number over number. So something as easy as, 5, 6 times 1/3 is already an a over b times c over d. Number over number times number over number. And here, I would just multiply across. You could look diagonal first and see if you can reduce anything. You can't divide 6 and 1 by the same number, or 5 and 3. So I'm just ready to go to multiply across. 5 times 1 is 5. 6 times 3 is 18. That was simple. It was already an a over b times c over d. So let's throw another one at you that is not in that form. And you just need to use your knowledge of going from mixed to improper to get that done. So 2 3/5 times 4/7. Once again, I have a number over a number, the c over d. That's good. I don't have a number over number here. I have a mixed number. To get it into a over b, I need to get it into an improper fraction. So remember, multiply, add. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13 over 5, over the same denominator, times 4 over 7. Big numbers, I'm going to look diagonal, see if I can reduce. I cannot divide 5 and 4 by the same number, so I can't do anything there. How about 13 and 7? Can't do that, nothing there. So I'm left to just multiply these big numbers. I know that, 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 3 is 12, so that's 52 over 35. And if you want to go even further, you can reduce that. You can go back to a mixed. 35 goes into 52 one time. 15, 16, 17 left over 35, which works for me. Once again, let's just recap. The original problem was 2 3/5 times 4/7. I cannot multiply that right now. It's not in the right format. It is not in a over b times c over d. And we had some students that, I hear common denominator getting thrown around. There is no common denominator when you multiply fractions. You multiply across, you only have common denominators when you add or subtract. So what we did was we found our improper fraction. That's 10 plus 3 is 13 over 5 times 4 over 7. If you look at that, now I have number over number times number over number. And I'm ready to go multiply across. So that's just the down and dirty of how to multiply with mixed numbers. Do not be discouraged if you run into something like this. It's nothing more than just converting both of these to improper fractions. I know it looks different, but use the same skills that we just learned. Multiply, add, multiply, add. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5/4. That's 6 plus 1, 7/3, and multiply across. So if you come across two mixed numbers, then you're going to have two improper fractions. But that's okay, because you have satisfied the almighty A over B times C over D.